Well, well, well. Welcome to Echols Virtual Academy. Konnichiwa, kyodai, toshimai. So one of my students asked me, Mr. Echols, how do you do long division? Well, let's get to it. So let's go ahead and start with our first problem. And we're going to look at 176 divided by 16. So before we start, we want to find a strategy. What strategy can we use? Well, we're going to use a strategy called the family strategy. And it goes father, mother, sister, brother, Rover. Rover like the family dog. Find, multiply, subtract, bring down, and repeat. So, now let's set up our problem. We want our 16 to sit outside of our division bar and put 176 within it. And now we're looking at the find part. Well, we need to find how many times does 16 go into 1? It cannot go into 1. So how many times does 16 go into 17? 16 goes into 17 one time. So then we multiply. 1 times 16 is 16. Next we subtract. So we do our subtraction sign. 17 minus 16 gives you 1. Next, bring down. We bring down this 6. And then we repeat the strategy all over again. We go back to our find stage. And how many times can 16 go into 16? 16 goes into 16 one time. 1 times 16, because now we're back to our multiply stage. 1 times 16 is 16. We subtract again. And we get 0. So there's nothing left over and there's nothing to bring down, which tells us that our answer, 176 divided by 16, is 11. All right, let's take a look at one more problem, but this time we're going to use some numbers that are a little bit bigger. Let's look at how many times can 24 go into 4,704? So that's 4,704 divided by 24. Okay, now we're dealing with some big boy numbers. So let's set it up again. Remember, we want to follow our strategy. So 24. And we have our division bar, 4,704. Now we find how many times can 24 go into 4? It can't go into 4, so now we look at how many times can 24 go into 47. Well, we want to test this out real quick. So because you want to make sure that you get the right number. So you can come to the side here and let's do 24 times 2 to see if that's bigger than 47. 4 times 2 gives me 8. 2 times 2 gives me 4. So I know that 24 cannot go into 47 2 times. It goes into 47 one time. Now we're at our multiply stage. 1 times 24 is 24, and then we subtract. 47 minus 24. 7 minus 4 is 3, and 4 minus 2 is 2. And now we're at the bring down part. Let's bring down our 0. So now we repeat the process and we look and see how many times can 24 go into 230? Well, we come to the side again. We know that if we do 24 times 10, that gives us 240. And we know that 240 is bigger than 230. So 240 is not going to work. So 24 times 10 doesn't work. Well, let's try 24 times 9. And you always want to do your work on the side just to make sure. 4 times 9 gives us 36. We bring our 6 down and carry our 3. 2 times 9 is 18. Plus 3 is 21. So our final answer is 216. So 9 will work. So 9 times 24 is 216. Then we subtract. So we know that we need to borrow. So turn your 3 into a 2, your 0 into a 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. 2 minus 1 is 1. And then 2 minus 2 is nothing. So now we repeat. Well, before we repeat, we bring down. Oh, didn't mean to do that. My erase button always getting in the way. So let's bring down our 4. And now we see how many times can 24 go into 144? Well, let's test out some numbers again. And let's think. 24 into 144. Why don't we try 24 times 6? 4 times 6 is 24. So we bring our 4 down and we carry our 2. 2 times 6 is 12 plus 2 is 144. Exactly the same as what we have here. So we know that 6 will work. 6 times 24 is 144. We subtract and we get 0. So our final answer, 4,704 divided by 24 is 196. And if you want to check your answers, you can always come to the side and see, okay, what is 176 times 24? 6 times 4 is 24. Put the 4 down, carry the 2. 9 times 4 is 36 plus 2 is 38. Put your 8 down, carry your 3. 1 times 4 is 4 plus 3 is 7. Put your placeholder 0. You want to get rid of these numbers so that you just don't get confused. 6 times 2 is 12. Put your 2 down, carry your 1. 9 times 2 is 18 plus 1 is 19. Carry your 1. 1 times 2 is 2. Plus 1 is 3. And then you add those puppies up. 4 plus 0 is 4. 8 plus 2 is 10. Put your 0 down, carry your 1. 7 plus 9 is 16. Plus 1 is 17. Carry your 1. And 3 plus 1 is 4. 4,704. So you know that 196 is the correct answer. And that, Kyodai and Shimai, is how you do long division. And hey, we got it.
Answer? Where'd you find this? Soka. Anata wa subarashi desu ne.
So now that we've learned long division, what's the next thing that we're gonna see? Well, come back to Echols Virtual Academy. And remember, you support me on Patreon, and you can always click that like button, leave a comment below, and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Sayonara!